would like to make it very clear to you all that this video has literally zero purpose, apart from talking about things I've baked. If that's not your jam, see you next week, but I quite like cake, so that's what we're talking about. I'm Eleanor, and today we are talking about a cookbook. I've got cake, I've got coffee, we're ready to roll. Today we're talking about Fika Hygge, which is a Scandinavian cookbook. When I say Scandinavian and cookbook, I mean it's written by the people who own Scandi Kitchen in London, which is a Scandinavian cafe, and by cookbook I mean baking book. It's filled with baking recipes. So I have had literally nothing to do in lockdown, so I've been baking these recipes to entertain myself. These are very different to the sort of standard recipes I think you'd find in baking books, and most of the stuff I haven't really tried anything like before. So I just thought it would be fun to document the process of baking new things and being a bit more adventurous. I actually haven't done that much in quite a while. I tend to just bake the same things. And then I watched Bake Off. Peter was on it. Peter was great on Bake Off, and he had this whole spiel about being young and how he used to watch Bake Off and dream of winning, and it reawakened a part of my soul I'd locked away. I realised that part of me just wants to win Bake Off and to live out my baking dreams, and in order to do this I need to get on and learn how to cook some things. What I will say about this cookbook before we dive in is it's very not vegan friendly. I try to be vegan in most of my life, but whilst I'm at home at the moment I've been slipping a bit, and unless you're sort of like a dedicated vegan substitute person, this is maybe not the book to go for if you're vegan, because 90% of the recipes are very, very, very heavily egg based, very heavily cream based, very heavily milk based. There's a lot of dairy to replace, so I don't know whether you'd get the same effect without them. I'm gonna let past me take it away and talk you through some recipes I've made. Go Eleanor. This is gonna be quite chaotic, but you'll be back in a minute, back with me, and we'll eat the last thing. Hello, I made a thing. This is the thing I made. It's called a success cake. So it's Norwegian, I believe, and it is basically an almond meringue, 2 layers of almond meringue sponge, I guess. It's effectively a meringue because it's all egg white and almond basically, and then a sort of custardy middle and topping, and then just some chocolate flakes on top, and it is really, really good. Apparently it tastes like a Dame bar. I don't think I've eaten enough Dame bars in my life to know if it tastes like a Dame bar or not, but it's really nice. It's really different to anything I normally eat or make. It's very sweet, very, very sweet, so you can only have a tiny slice like this, because believe me, my portions are normally a lot larger than this. But it's actually aged well. I think it gets better with age because the meringue sort of egginess gets more sticky, and it's got a nice texture. It's success. The success cake was a success. The silkiness of the custard it's just divine. It's so nice. When I first made this, I didn't think I'd make it again. I was like, oh, this cake is nice, but I probably will never make it again. The more I eat it, the more I've changed my mind. I really like this. Okay, so I've made the most delicious thing. I'm so shocked that it worked and that these came out okay. But this is my cinnamon bun that I made. I made a whole batch of them quite a few days ago now, but I kept this on the side because I wanted to film it. They are delicious. They're Swedish cinnamon buns, I guess, so they're very cardamom-y. They're really cinnamony, and they weren't even that hard to make. I'm shocked. I will be eating these forever now, I think. Very content with these. I literally ate 3 the first day I tried them. New on my list of bakes is Danish peppermint biscuits, or Christmas biscuits as they're known. It's not Christmas anymore, but we're keeping the spirit alive. It's January, we can still have winter things. They are these absolutely tiny biscuits. I actually halved the recipe. The original recipe said it made 120, which would have been 40 each, which I thought was maybe a tad unnecessary. There you are. And they are perfect to have with a cup of tea or a coffee. So I'm gonna sit here, sip my tea and enjoy. Oh, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed travelling through time with the same background and just me failing to hold things on a plate. Today we're doing that again. This is a hazelnut and mocha square. I actually wasn't going to make this recipe, but then my mother requested it, so... And it turns out it is amazing. I may have already eaten one. This one is effectively 3 layers of meringue, like hazelnut meringue, and then in between it's a buttercream, but a buttercream like I'd never made a buttercream before. It wasn't icing sugar and butter, it was like we melted a concoction of like sugar and water and then like mixed that into the butter, and it literally looked like it would never ever bind, and I thought I'd fucked up. But all came to good, and look, it's utterly delicious. I'm actually so proud of like making something like this, because you'd look at it in the book and I'd be like, oh my god, I could never make that, but I did it, and it wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that bad. So yeah, maybe my baking skills are going up in the world. I might try and do another one of these around my birthday when I bake my birthday cake, because I'm thinking of attempting Peter's sticky toffee pudding sponge cake thing, which looks incredible. I'm not very good at filming myself baking though, because kitchens just aren't very aesthetically pleasing places. So I'll work on that and get back to you, but for now, like, bye, I'm eating this.